How's it going, guys? My name is Kingpin and welcome back to my channel where it's all about improving and becoming an awesome player. In this video, we'll carry on our position and rotation series as we look at defending in threes. This is the second video of the series. I highly recommend watching the first, which was regarding attacking in threes. I won't go over the basics again to keep this video shorter, and this video will make a lot more sense after watching the first. The link will be in the description. First of all, let's look at the ideal defending positions and their roles. Once you know these, rotations become super easy to understand. In threes, you always want one person challenging the ball, who will label the challenger. Then you want someone at the near post protecting the back wall from passes. And the third position is the back post defender who protects the goal from direct shots. Let's start off by looking at the challenger. His position isn't really fixed in one place, as his main priority, like his name suggests, is to challenge the ball. He could be contesting on the back wall, side wall, or on the ground. In threes, it's important as a challenger that you contest quickly. Don't think too much about getting the perfect challenge. Your goal is to force the guy on the ball to make some kind of move and disrupt his play. Even if he gets the ball past you, your teammates behind will deal with it. The only situation where you should take it slow is if you're the last man back, then you should buy your teammates some time to rotate before challenging. Moving on to the second defender, this is where you have to be more careful about where you position. Even though your priority is to defend the wall, you actually want to position at the near post and climb up the wall if the need arises. The reason for this is that not every scenario requires you to be on the wall. For example, if the challenger is already contesting on the wall, you going up there with him isn't going to help. If the challenger manages to get a 50-50, the ball will most likely get cleared or fall down in front of the goal. If it does, you will reach it much faster if you're on the ground. If the first challenger gets beaten, then you need to climb the wall to stop the pass. Anytime you think there's a chance the opponents are going to hit it on the back wall, you need to start driving up. A couple of examples will be if the ball is about to bounce. This usually leads to a power shot at the goal or a back wall pass. Also, if the ball goes high up and the opponent's aerial for the ball, you should expect a pass and cover the wall. It would be a lot better for you to contest the ball before the opponent reaches it so they don't get a free attack, but you won't always make it, so use your judgment. Make the decision of either going in for a challenge or staying back and protecting the wall. As for the mechanical skills, you need to learn and master clearing the ball off the bounce. Make sure you also practice driving and hitting it from various angles. Another helpful skill is taking a softer touch. This is useful if you want to give your teammates a second to push up before hitting it to them. I'll put a training code in the description that you guys can use to work on your wall clears. Now let's look at the third man. You want to position at the back post. This is vital. Far too many lower ranks unknowingly move out of position. You don't want to creep forward because it will be difficult to deal with balls that go high and over, whereas being at the back post gives you better vision and a better angle to aerial for the ball. You also don't want to go inside of the goal. If the ball gets past the first two defenders and bounces off the back wall, you'll really struggle to get an accurate aerial. It's much easier to contest the ball from the back post. Like I mentioned in the previous attacking video, Rocket League is a dynamic game. You need to constantly adapt your position according to how the opponents are attacking and how your teammates are positioned. If the wall defender is at the near post, you're fine staying at the back post. But if he's gone in for a challenge on the wall, and the ball bounces down to the opponents, you might need to move forward a little bit so you can reach the ball in time if they take a shot at the near post. If you think they're going for a back wall pass, then stay back a little so you can aerial from an easier angle. But again, use your judgment and make a decision. If you get it wrong, it's not the end of the world. You're gaining experience and slowly you'll get better and better at predicting if they're going to shoot or pass. Now it's time to look at rotations so we know how to move into the positions we've talked about. I'll go through various scenarios so you know what to do in each one. Starting off with being pinned down in defense. This one's really simple. You want to follow the same rule you do for attacking. Once the challenger does his play, he goes back to the third man position and everyone else just moves up. I can't emphasize enough how important it is that you rotate to the back post. Think of it like there's a checkpoint at the back post that you have to pass each time you rotate. Not only do you have a better angle from the back, but as you're rotating around, it signals to the second defender that he can go in for a challenge. If you rotate to the near post, you're cutting your rotation, which in defense isn't something you should do. A full rotation gives you time to refill on boost. If you land near the mid boost, always grab it, otherwise your opponents will. If it doesn't spawn, try to go over as many small boost pads on your way back, as your opponents will boost starve you. The back corner boost throws a lot of people off as they go for it at the wrong time. If your teammates have the goal covered, then it's fine to go for it, but if you see that they're going to lose the challenge, or both of them have committed, you always want to go to the goal instead of the boost. Never leave the goal undefended, even if you're on low boost. Now, if you're the one in this back post position, you should wait until you can see the challenger coming back before moving to the near post. If you move up too early and the ball gets passed to the centre, you won't be able to cover the area behind you. Obviously, if a dangerous pass comes to the centre, it doesn't matter if your teammate has rotated or not, you need to contest the ball. Next, imagine if the challenger does a 50-50 and the ball gets hit across. Then the nearest person goes to contest, the near post defender turns around and moves to the new near post, while the first challenger becomes the back post defender. The ball is going to move all around the field, so make sure you change your positions according to what side of the field the ball is. Next, let's look at transitioning from attack to defense. If the ball gets cleared to the back, the third man should be the one to challenge, then whoever's the next closest takes the near post position, and it's normally the receiver. And finally, the third teammate takes the back post. Eventually, you'll get to a point where you won't even need to think about it, you'll just know what position you should go to. Also, when you're rotating from attack, try to travel back on the opposite side of the ball. Don't follow the ball underneath, as you'll have to turn around once you reach the goal. Instead, travelling on the opposite side means you're always ready to aerial and you have a much wider view of how the opponents are attacking. Before I leave you guys, I'll give you some extra tips. When you do clear the ball, try to hit it towards your teammates. Far too many low rank players just lose the possession they've gained by passing the ball back to the opponents. If your teammates aren't in position, try to dribble or take it up the wall to buy them some time. Resist the urge to follow your teammates into the corner. So many goals get conceded because people don't give their teammates time and space. Don't be afraid to leave the ball for your teammate behind you like I do in this clip. Sometimes the angle can be awkward, so use your camera to check if someone is behind you and let them handle it while you rotate. Lastly, regarding corners, I'm going to make a separate video for them in the future, but if you struggle to deal with the ball when it comes to the corner, try to clear it off the bounce if possible, or just stay back and let the bounce happen, as it can be difficult to read corner bounces. That's it for this video. Now that we've gone through how to attack and defend in threes, you should see improvements in your game. Pay attention to how you move around the field and try to follow the rules I've talked about. Next time, we'll look at how to attack in doubles, which does require a different approach. There's slight variances to positioning and rotations that we'll have to go through, so hit that subscribe button if you don't want to miss out. Also, give a thumbs up if you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.